This video is about the alpha loved the witch's daughter, but the goddess punished them. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. Part 1. The alpha loved the witch's daughter, but the goddess punished them. The moon hung high above the silver moon pack, casting an ethereal glow on the dense forest that surrounded their territory. Silver leaves fluttered restlessly in the night breeze, whispering secrets of the past. Jace, the young alpha with stormy grey eyes, stood on the edge of a cliff, overlooking the valley below. His heart was a tumultuous storm, torn between duty and desire. A deep longing tugged at him, a call he couldn't ignore. It wasn't just the pull of the moon that captivated him, it was her, the witch's daughter, Alara. Alara was an enigma, her very presence sparking wild magic in the air. Her long raven hair cascaded like a waterfall down her back, and her emerald eyes held mysteries that could rival the ancient forest. Yet she was forbidden. A witch was not meant to entangle with an alpha, and he, an alpha, was not meant to love a witch. Alpha Jace, a voice broke through his thoughts, and he turned to see his beta, Rowan, approaching. Rowan's golden fur glistened under the moonlight, but the warrior on his features was unmistakable. You've been brooding for hours, the pack needs you. Jace sighed, his gaze drifting back to the valley. What if I couldn't let her go, Rowan? What if she asked my mate? Rowan's expression softened, but he shook his head. The packs have a long-standing truce with the witches that would be madness to pursue her, you know the consequences. But I can't ignore this bond. It feels like... Jace struggled to find the right words. Like the moon is pulling me to her. It is not just a desire, it is destiny. Rowan frowned, sensing the gravity of Jace's feelings. You are the alpha. You have a responsibility. What if the goddess punishes us for your disobedience? We've worked hard to keep peace. Jace clenched his fists, frustration boiling within him. What do you suggest I do? Just pretend I don't feel anything, that I don't hear her voice in my dreams, that I don't see her face in every shadow. Rowan placed a reassuring hand on Jace's shoulder. You must think of the pack first, that is your duty. But as Rowan turned to leave, Jace felt an overwhelming sense of loss. He could feel a part of him fading as the distance grew between them. He needed to see Alara to hear her laughter and feel her warmth. Later that night, the moonlight guided him to the edge of the enchanted glen, a sacred place where the veil between their worlds thinned. Jace's heart raced as he approached the clearing, where soft luminescent flowers glowed under the moon's embrace. There she was, Alara, sitting on a mossy log, her delicate hands weaving a spell. The air shimmered with magic, and he felt the pull of their connection stronger than ever. Alara, he breathed, stepping into the light. She looked up, her eyes widening. Jace, what are you doing here? Her voice was a melody, both soothing and haunting. I had to see you, he admitted, stepping closer. I can't stop thinking about you. Alara's expression shifted, uncertainty clouding her features. You know we shouldn't be together, if the packs find out. Let them, he interrupted, desperation clawing at him. What I feel for you is stronger than their rules. What if we are meant to be? What if we are destined? She looked away, her brows furrowing in conflict. You are the alpha, you have responsibilities. I am just a witch's daughter. Just, he asked, stepping closer, his heart pounding. To me, you are everything. The goddess may have put us on different paths, but I refuse to believe that love is forbidden. Alara, his breath hitched. You don't understand what this could mean. The goddess will punish anyone who defies her words, my mother warned me. Let her punish me. I want to let fear dictate our love. Tears glistened in Alara's eyes, shimmering like dew on a spider's web. If you pursue this, it could mean war between our kinds. Jace reached for her, his fingers brushing against her cheek, sending sparks of electricity through him. But if we are meant to be, then surely the goddess will see that our love can unite, not divide. Jace, she whispered, her voice cracking as she leaned into his touch. I want to believe that, but the risks are too great. Sometimes the greatest risks lead to the greatest rewards, he said softly, pulling her into his arms. She fit against him like the moon to the night sky, and he could feel their bond deepening, the ancient magic weaving around them. As their lips met, the world around them seemed to dissolve. Time lost meaning as they surrendered to their desires, their hearts racing in sync. But as their kiss deepened, a gust of wind swept through the clearing, chilling them both. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, cloaked in darkness. It was Selene, the goddess of the moon, her presence a chilling reminder of the stakes at hand. Your love defies the laws of magic and nature, she spoke, her voice echoing through the night. You must choose wisely. Jace pulled away from Alara, panic gripping his chest. Goddess, we meant no disrespect. Love is powerful, but heed my warning, Selene interrupted, her eyes glinting with ancient wisdom. If you continue this path, consequences will follow, both for you and your packs. Alara trembled beside him, her hands slipping from his grasp, the warmth fading from her touch. What will happen to us? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Should you defy fate, Selene said, her gaze piercing, misfortune will befall your loved ones, the balance between your worlds will shift, and blood will spill. Please, Jace pleaded, desperation clawing at him. We love each other, there must be a way to change our fate. Selene's expression softened momentarily. Love has a way of rewriting destinies, but it also has the power to destroy. Choose wisely. On Alpha, time is not on your side. With that, she vanished into the shadows, leaving Jace and Alara trembling under the weight of her words. What do we do? Alara's voice trembled, fear lacing her tone. How can we defy a goddess? We fight for our love, Jace replied, determination igniting within him. No matter the cost, I will not let her dictate our fate. But what if it costs your pack, your family? Her voice was filled with sorrow, a heartbreaking reminder of the stakes. I'd rather fight for you than live a life without you, he confessed, pulling her close again. You are my heart, Alara, I'll face any punishment to keep you safe. As the hearts intertwined, the moon above them shone brighter, illuminating the darkness that loomed over their future. But the path ahead was fraught with danger, betrayal, and heartache challenges that would test their love and their will to be together. Little did they know, the goddess's warning was just the beginning, and the shadows of fate had already begun to conspire against them, weaving a tale of love, loss, and redemption. Hash Part 2, the Alpha loved the witch's daughter, but the goddess punished them. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of Selene's warning pressed heavily on both Jace and Alara. Each moon at night, they would meet at the sacred glen, whispering their fears and desires into the air, hoping the stars would hear them. Yet tension crackled between their worlds, whispers of rebellion grew within the Silver Moon Pack, and Alara's mother, the witch, sensed the strain in their magic. On one fateful night, while the moon cast a silver halo around them, Alara's voice broke through the silence. Jace, I can keep meeting like this. My mother has noticed my absence. If she discovers you are the reason, she'll never forgive me. Jace stepped closer, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. I can stay away from you, Alara, you are my mate. The goddess may have intervened, but I believe love will always find a way. Love, she echoed, her eyes shimmering with fear. But what if it leads to ruin? What if your pack is hurt because of us? The tremor in her voice made his heart ache. I would face any foe for you. He gripped her shoulders, his gaze fierce and unwavering. You mean more to me than any pack. I'd risk it all. As he spoke, a rustle in the underbrush caught their attention. Emerging from the shadows was Rowan, his golden fur bristling. Alpha, what are you doing here? You risking everything? Rowan, that's not what it looks like. Jace began, but Rowan's eyes were wild, cutting him off. That's exactly what it looks like. You recrossing a line that could cost us dearly. The pack has sensed your distraction. The scent of the witch lingers on you. Alara stepped back, her heart pounding. Jace, please, I can be the reason for your downfall. Don't say that, he snapped, panic igniting within him. I would choose you every time. Rowan glared at Alara, his voice low and dangerous. You need to end this now before it's too late. The goddess is warning us, and an empty threat she will punish us. Alara felt a deep sorrow settle within her. I never wanted to bring chaos between your worlds. I care for you, Jace, but I can see you hurt. Jace turned to Rowan, fury boiling in his veins. You think I care about the pack, has judgment when my heart is torn. This is about me, about us. Rowan shook his head. You are the Alpha. Your decisions affect everyone. You must think of the future, our future. The air thickened with tension, each heartbeat echoing the unrelenting battle within Jace. What future is there without her? He whispered, his voice breaking. Alara reached for Jace, her eyes pleading. You have to choose, Jace, your pack, or me. Tears brimmed in Jace's stormy grey eyes. I choose you, but if this is to end, I want it to be on our terms. Before Alara could respond, a howl echoed through the forest, chilling them to the bone. It was the sound of a challenge, your rival pack encroaching on their territory. Rowan's expression shifted to urgency. We need to go. The Blood Moon Pack is advancing. Their Alpha, Tauren, seeks dominance. Jace's heart raced with a new kind of fear. Then we must gather the pack. I can let them come for us. Your focus should be on the battle, not on her. Rowan snapped, frustration lining his voice. Enough. Alara interjected, her spirit ignited by the urgency. I can help. My mother has powerful spells that can protect you. Jace looked at her, torn. But if they see you, then we fight together, she insisted. I want you stand by while you risk everything. The crackle of impending battle loomed over them, and Jace found himself grappling with a gut-wrenching decision. Fine, but we must be careful. As dawn broke, the pack gathered, the tension among them palpable. Jace stood at the forefront, his bitter by his side, determination coursing through him. Today, we defend our territory. Jace's voice rang out, strong and passionate. Together, we are stronger than any rival. But as he spoke, his heart tugged back toward the glen, where Alara stood, preparing her spells. He felt the pull of their bond, the urgency in her eyes reflecting the chaos outside. As the Blood Moon pack approached, the clash of wolves echoed through the woods. Jace fought fiercely, but his mind wandered wondering if Alara was safe, if she was using her magic wisely. Suddenly, chaos erupted as Turin, their rival Alpha, lunged toward Jace with a feral snarl. Your reign ends today, pup. Jace dodged, but in a moment of distraction, he caught a glimpse of Alara in the distance, casting a spell. The glow around her pulsed with power, and confusion clouded the battlefield. Didn't he look away? Rowan shouted, but Jace was already moving, racing toward her. Jace. Alara's voice rang out, filled with alarm. I need you to trust me. But before he could respond, a rogue wolf from the Blood Moon pack broke through their defenses, lunging for Alara. Jace's heart dropped. No, he roared, throwing himself in front of her just as fangs connected with flesh, the sharp pain searing through him. The walls around him spun as he fell to the ground, blood pooling beneath him. Alara, he gasped, pain mingling with desperation. Stay with me, she cried, rushing to his side, her hands glowing with magic. I can heal you. No, you can't. Jace choked out, his vision fading. It is too late, you need to. Don't say that. She pressed her hands against his wound, magic swirling around them both. I want to lose you. But the energy drained from him, and he could feel the darkness creeping in. Alara, promise me you will run. Never, she shouted, tears streaming down her cheeks. I want to abandon you. We were meant to be. The air shimmered between them, their bond pulsing with the essence of their love. Jace felt the pull of the goddess, but he fought against it, seeking Alara's warmth. Fight, Jace, fight, she cried, desperation ringing in her voice. As he faded, he felt an overwhelming surge of magic, different from hers, the divine presence enveloping them. Selene, he whispered, feeling the weight of her gaze upon him. I know I disobeyed you. Fate is not easily rewritten, Alpha, a voice echoed in his mind, and he felt his strength ebbing. But love can change the tide. In that moment, Jace made a choice. No matter the cost, I'll fight for Alara. With a spark of defiance, he drew on the last reserves of his strength, pushing against the pain. The world swirled before him, but he could feel Alara's magic intertwining with his own, their fates pulling together. Together, he roared, channeling their love into an ethereal surge of power. In a blinding flash, the magic erupted around them, knocking back the rival wolves and dispelling the chaos. Alara gasped, her eyes widening as they were enveloped in a cocoon of light. As the energy surged, the shadows of the goddess loomed over them, a reminder of their defiance. He challenged the balance of nature. Selene's voice boomed, but there was a note of approval. Love is stronger than fate, Jace declared, feeling Alara's spirit meld with his, their souls intertwining as one. Then let it be so, Selene replied, and the light exploded, illuminating the night, binding their destinies together. When the light faded, Jace found himself on the forest floor, Alara by his side, both untouched by the darkness that loomed. The battlefield quieted, and the rival pack retreated. Jace, Alara whispered, her voice trembling as she brushed her fingers against his jaw. Are you okay? I will be, he breathed, pulling her close, feeling the warmth of their connection. We did it. But in that moment the shadows shifted, revealing the lingering threat of the goddess' wrath. Their love had written a tale, but the consequences loomed larger than they realized. As they stood together, the weight of destiny pressed against them, binding their hearts, but leaving them to wonder what trials awaited. The battle had been won, but now the true test of their love began. Whatever comes, we'll face it together, Jace vowed, determination. Hash Part 3. The Alpha loved the witch's daughter, but the goddess punished them. Forest was quiet now, the air still charged with the remnants of magic that had surged through Jace and Alara just moments ago. The moon hung bright overhead, a watchful guardian in the sky. Jace pulled Alara close, their hearts beating in synchronization. Did we really just do that? Alara murmured, disbelief etched across her features. I thought we'd lost everything. Jace met her gaze, his stormy grey eyes filled with a fierce determination. We haven't lost anything, we've just begun to change our fate. Our love is stronger than fear, stronger than any goddess. But what will happen now? Selene warned of consequences. She warned us, Alara said, her voice trembling as the weight of the goddess's words settled over them like a heavy shroud. I don't care, Jace replied, clenching his jaw, anger boiling beneath the surface. Selene's warnings are nothing compared to what we've just accomplished. We chose each other, Alara, that is what matters. She placed her hand on his cheek, her emerald eyes searching his. But what about the pack? They look to you. They need you to lead them, not to chase after a witch's daughter. Her voice wavered, uncertainty creeping into her tone. I'll face whatever comes, he vowed, his determination unwavering. If they can understand our love, then they aren't the pack I thought they were. I am the alpha, but I am also yours. Alara's heart swelled at his words, but a shadow of doubt flickered in her mind. And what if they turn against you? What if the Blood Moon pack isn't the only threat we face? What if your choice puts everyone in danger? Jace shook his head, steeling himself against her fears. I won't let fear dictate my actions. I will protect you, and I will protect my pack. We'll find a way to unite our worlds to forge a new path. As Jace spoke, a rustle disturbed the quiet, and Rowan emerged from the shadows, his expression a mixture of concern and anger. Belfo, what were you thinking? You risked everything back there. Rowan, I don't need you to lecture me, Jace snapped, the tension between them palpable. You should be celebrating our victory. Victory? Rowan's voice rose, laced with incredulity. You've justified the goddess herself. The Blood Moon pack is still a threat, and now there is the possibility of war. The pack's loyalty is at stake. Alara's heart sank at the mention of war. I didn't mean to bring chaos. I only wanted to help, she said, her voice trembling. Jace turned to her, his expression softening. This isn't your fault, Alara. If anyone is to blame, it is me. I put you in danger. Both of you need to think clearly, Rowan interjected, his gaze darting between them. The pack needs stability. You're risking everything for forbidden love. Jay stepped forward, his posture rigid. You don't understand. Alara is not just a witch to me. She is my mate. The goddess may have tried to tear us apart, but we've proven that love can overcome even the gravest of threats. Rowan's expression shifted, a flicker of understanding in his eyes. But at what cost? The pack may not share your views. They'll see this as betrayal. Loyalty is fragile, Jace. Alara felt the weight of those words settle heavy on her shoulders. We need to find a way to change their minds. If they can see how strong our bond is, maybe they'll understand. I'll speak to them, Jace said, determination surging through him. I will show them that love can unite us, not divide us, but I can't do it alone. Then let us do it together, Alara replied, her voice steadying. I'll use my magic to help. We can create a vision, something that shows our worlds united, not at odds. Rowan crossed his arms, skepticism clouding his features. A vision? You think a mere illusion will change their hearts? Jace shot Rowan an intense look. It is not just an illusion. It is a testament to our future. It is a promise of what we can become. As the shadows deepened around them, Jace took Alara's hand, intertwining their fingers. Meet me at the Glen tomorrow night. We'll gather the pack and show them who we truly are. The weight of uncertainty hung in the air as they parted ways, but Jace felt a flicker of hope ignite within him. They would fight for their love against whatever odds they faced. The following night, the pack gathered beneath the full moon, a massive congregation of fur and spirit. Jace stood at the forefront, his heart pounding as he sensed the murmurs and glances exchanged among them. Rowan stood beside him, a silent sentinel of caution. Back, Jace called, his voice ringing clear. Tonight, we stand united against the threats that loom. The assembled wolves quieted, their eyes fixed on him. But to be truly united, I must share a truth that many may find hard to accept. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Rowan shifted uneasily beside him. Consider your words carefully, Alpha, he muttered, concern etched across his face. I will, Jace replied, steeling his resolve. I have found my mate, and she is not just a witch's daughter. Alara is part of our future, the key to uniting our worlds. Gasps filled the air, and Jace's heart raced as he spotted Alara standing at the edge of the clearing, her presence both a comfort and a challenge. Alara, come forward. She stepped into the moonlight, her beauty radiant against the darkness. I am not your enemy, she declared, her voice ringing with strength. Together, we can weave a bond stronger than any magic and break the chains that divide our worlds. Do you think a witch can stand among us? The voice shouted from the crowd, a scornful growl echoing through the woods. What treachery is this? I am no traitor, Alara replied, her voice unwavering. I love Jace, and that love has the power to unite our packs and change our fates. Love? Another voice called. You mean to defy the goddess' will? This will only bring ruin upon us all. Stop, Jace shouted, his voice fierce. Do not let fear cloud your judgment. If we continue to look at each other as enemies, we will never find peace. Alara's magic can help us defend ourselves. Together, we are stronger. The pack shifted uneasily, unsure of their next move. Warren stepped forward, trying to regain control of the crowd. Listen, Alara's involvement may risk everything we rebuilt. We cannot allow our emotions to lead us into chaos. But as Jace looked at Alara, he felt an unyielding wave of conviction. Our bond is not chaos, it is destiny. We have the power to rewrite our narrative, to heal the rift between our worlds. Alara nodded, her voice rising in passion. Imagine a world where our magic intertwines, where our strengths can protect all of us. Together, we can grow stronger, not weaker. The air crackled with tension as memories swelled among them, but a flicker of hope ignited in Jace's heart. Choose to stand with me, he implored his pack. Choose togetherness over division. Choose love over fear. Alara's gaze remained steady, and Jace could see the flicker of determination mirrored in her eyes. If you believe in love, if you wish to protect this pack, then join us. Let us show you the power of our bond. A silence enveloped the clearing. Jace felt the weight of their gazes upon him, their uncertainty palpable. Join us, he repeated, his voice firm. And watch as our love transforms everything. Finally, one voice stood out among the crowd, a familiar one. Rowan stepped forward, his expression resolute. If you truly believe in this, Jace, then I will stand by your side. I choose you. I choose love. A ripple of hesitance washed through the gathered wolves, but one by one, others began to step forward, feeling the strength of the bond that had formed between Jace and Alara. With each step, Jace's heart soared. Together, we can break the chains that bind us, he shouted, a fierce joy igniting within him. As the last wolf stepped forward, Alara raised her hands, summoning her magic. Let us show the world what we can become, she declared, her voice resonating with power. The air shimmered, and as the moonlight bathed them in its glow, a vision materialized, a world where wolves and witches coexisted, a land brimming with vibrant magic and unity. Jace watched in awe as the vision unfolded, feeling the warmth of Alara's magic intertwined with his own. They had done it. They had. Part 4. The alpha loved the witch's daughter, but the goddess punished them. The vision shimmered in the moonlit night, a tapestry woven with threads of possibility, love, and hope. As Jace and Alara stood together, their hands clasped, the pack around them gasped in awe. The air crackled with energy, igniting a deep longing in each heart present. We can truly be united, the voice rang out from the crowd, igniting murmurs of agreement. But amidst the course of hope, dark clouds loomed in Jace's mind. The goddess' warning echoed like a spectre, reminding them of the cost of defiance. As the vision faded, Jace turned to Alara, her emerald eyes shining with fervent determination. We did it, he said, breathless. They saw it. Together, she echoed, surprise and joy mingling in her voice. Yet as the thrill of their shared victory coursed through them, a shadow flickered across her face. But we must remain vigilant, Jace. The goddess will not take our defiance lightly. Let her come, Jace replied fiercely, clenching his fists. I am the Alpha. I will protect you and my pack, no matter what she throws our way. Yet inside, uncertainty gnawed at him. Rowan approached, the weight of the moment hanging heavily between them. You've ignited hope, Jace, but the pack is still fragile. We cannot afford to underestimate Selene. His gaze softened as he looked at Alara. You too, Alara. We need to tread carefully. I understand, Alara replied, her voice steady. But love is worth the risk, isn't it? Fire in her eyes flickered with both strength and vulnerability, a reflection of the battle raging within her. The days that followed were a whirlwind of preparation and tension. The Silver Moon pack began to embrace the vision Jace and Alara shared, but whispers of doubt still lingered. Jace spent countless hours training with his pack, each howl echoing a promise of protection, but in his heart, he felt the weight of a storm brewing. One midnight night, after a long day of training, Jace found himself on the edge of the cliff once more. He stared out at the valley below, the moon casting a silvery glow over the trees. What am I doing? He mumbled to himself, the weight of leadership pressing down on him. Alara would say you're fighting for love, a voice broke through his solitude. It was Rowan, approaching cautiously. You read quiet tonight. I am just thinking, Jace admitted, his gaze still fixed on the horizon. About the pack, about Alara, about the goddess. Be careful, Rowan warned, his tone serious. If you dwell too long in uncertainty, it could cloud your decisions. You have to lead with conviction. Jace nodded, but a deep sigh escaped him. What if I lead them to ruin? What if our love brings destruction? Love is a gamble, Rowan replied, crossing his arms. But it's also strength. The pack needs to believe in you, in both of you. Show them that love can protect, can unite. Jace's heart warmed at his friend's words. I want to show them, Rowan. I want to transform our futures. Then Dante, let fear take root in your heart, Rowan urged before turning away, leaving Jace to wrestle with his thoughts. That night, a heavy fog rolled in, wrapping the forest in an eerie shroud. Jace sought solace with Alara at their sacred glen, the air thick with tension. We can keep pretending everything is fine, he said, the gravity of his words hanging heavy between them. What do you mean? She asked, her brow furrowing. Whispers are growing louder. Doubts are festering. I fear for our future, he confessed, desperation creeping into his voice. What if Selene retaliates? What if we lose everything? Alara stepped closer, her eyes fierce yet gentle. We have faced darkness together, Jace. We can face this too. Our love has already rewritten destinies. We must believe that it can protect us. He reached for her, feeling the warmth of her skin against his. I want to believe it, Alara, but the stakes are higher than ever. I refuse to let anything harm you. The goddess's power may be strong, but our bond is stronger, she replied, determination shining through her fear. We must show our love, not just to the pack, but to the world. Jace looked deep into her emerald eyes, his heart swelling with love and uncertainty. I am afraid of what might happen if we provoke her further. Alara took a step back, her expression shifting. You re not afraid of her, you re afraid of losing me, aren't you? The words struck him, raw and true. Yes, he shouted, the admission bursting forth. I couldn't bear it, I can't imagine a life without you. Then fight for me, she urged, her voice softening. Fight for us, no matter the cost. As their lips met in a passionate kiss, the world around them seemed to fade away. It was just the two of them, anchored in their love, but the storm was far from over. The next storm brought with it a chill, a sense of foreboding that settled over the pack like a blanket. As Jace stood before his pack, he felt the weight of their expectations heavy on his shoulders. We will stand together, he called, his voice resolute. Together, we'll all face whatever comes our way. But before he could continue, the sharp howl of a lone wolf sliced through the air, and the pack fell silent. Emerging from the shadows was Torin, the alpha of the Blood Moon pack, flanked by his loyal warriors. Jace, he snarled, his gaze cold and calculating. It seems you've been busy. What do you want? Jace demanded, stepping forward, his instincts flaring. You've dared to defy the goddess, Torin taunted, his eyes gleaming with malice. And I am here to collect your debt. Jace's heart raced with fury and fear. We've not done anything wrong, he shot back, standing tall. We fight for love, for unity. Love? Torin laughed, a dark sound that sent chills through the pack. Love is the reason you allow fall. You think a witch's daughter can bring peace. This is a war, Jace. Alara stepped forward, fearlessly standing beside Jace. You underestimate us, Torin. Love has the power to unite, and we will prove it. Torin's expression darkened, and he turned to his warriors. You think you are protected? I will crush this rebellion and show you the true meaning of power. Before Jace could react, Torin lunged, his pack surging forward in a frenzy. Jace's instincts kicked in, and he shifted into his wolf form, a massive grey beast, muscles rippling under his fur. Protect Alara, he roared, leading the charge against the encroaching threat. Alara, heart racing, summoned her magic, weaving defensive spells to shield the pack. We can do this, she shouted, determination ignited within her. As the battle erupted, chaos reigned, wolves clashing fiercely against one another. Jace fought valiantly, his heart beating furiously, fueled by his love for Alara and his desire to protect his pack. But amid the chaos, Torin's laughter rang out, a bitter sound that cut through the din of battle. You think love can save you? I will show you the depths of despair. In a swift motion, Torin lunged toward Alara, but Jace intercepted him, their bodies colliding with a force that sent shockwaves through the clearing. You want to touch her? Jace growled, fury surging through him. Their fight raged on, a brutal dance of power and passion, but Jace felt a pang of doubt. Would love be enough to save them? As he grappled with Torin, he felt a sudden shift in the air, a dark energy building, a warning. Alara, he shouted, fearing the worst, but as his eyes darted toward her, he saw her standing strong, magic swirling around her like a tempest. "I'll protect you. Keep fighting." "I won't back down," she cried, her voice fierce and unwavering. "We will not be defeated." But just as their resolve began to turn the tide, a blinding light erupted from above, the goddess's presence descending upon them like an avenging storm. "Enough!" Selenia's voice echoed, powerful and commanding, silencing the battlefield. Jace froze, heart pounding in his chest. "Goddess, please, we only wanted to..." "You defy the balance of nature," she interrupted, her gaze piercing. "Love that challenges fate must face the consequences." Alara reached for Jace, a magic intertwining with his in a desperate embrace. "We're willing to fight for our love, for unity, please. Give us a chance." Selenia's expression softened momentarily. "Love is powerful, but it can also bring ruin. Choose wisely." "Jace."